I mean, we're going to build this Pac-Man thing. Pac-Man 1. It's a very tiny little box. Supposedly it's got 107 pieces in it. I don't know how there are 107 pieces in such a tiny box. It weighs like nothing. There's my way of showing you that it weighs nothing. I guess they're going to be, yeah, they're nano blocks. They're going to be tiny pieces. So we're going to build Pac-Man tonight. Hopefully it only takes one day. Is there even anything in here? I'm telling you, it's literally weightless. I'm thinking the pieces are going to be too small for me to work with. There's stickers, which I should have known. You can see the stickers on the side of the cabinet and in front and at top. So there's at least 3 stickers. And that's what I'm seeing here. 3 stickers. The 2 side cabinet. No, 4 stickers. The 2 side cabinets. The top. The front of the cabinet. And it looks like the actual game on the screen is also a sticker. And yeah, of course, that makes sense. Yeah, of course it's a sticker. These blocks are so miniature. Can you see them? They're like the size of, I don't know. Like maybe it takes like 5 of them to equal the size of a eraser on a pencil. That's how small they are. I don't, okay, are these the instructions? I'm probably going to have to use, first of all, I don't know how I'm going to hold the pieces because they're tiny, but I think I'm going to have to use the close-up camera a lot just to look at the monitor so I can see what I'm doing. So like when I use this close-up camera, the blocks don't look so small. I can look at the monitor and I can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Anyway, let's get started. Enough speculating on this puzzle, and let's start some building of the puzzle. All right. Okay. The instructions are not digital, and they're probably very small, but we have a solution for that. It's basically I'm going to take a picture of it, and then it's going to be digital. All right, so let's do that right now. All right, so let's keep talking about Pac-Man. How about Miss Pac-Man? All right, the scoreboard's set up. So Miss Pac-Man, this was a highly rated game. I've heard that people say that Miss Pac-Man was like one of the best games ever. People rate it like really well. But what I remember about Miss Pac-Man was the table. It was like, I'm doing it up here just so you can see it, but really it was low. It was a table like, maybe even a slightly low table, but it was like kind of like a cube. I don't know. I don't know how this like mirror image on the webcam works. I got to get used to it. Let me go to a different camera. I'll go to this camera. So it was like a cube. But instead of it being like a cabinet that you would like walk up to, it was flat, like a table. It was literally a table. There was like stools at both ends of the table, and the screen could like flip around, and you would play against the other person when it was their turn. And I remember they had these in Pizza Huts. It was like really big in Pizza Hut to have the Miss Pac-Man. That exactly that way, like the table format. Like people would like wait to get that table at Pizza Hut. It was like a big thing. So that's a memory I have of Pac-Man, specifically Miss Pac-Man. I'm sure they had like Pac-Man tables too somewhere, but I remember the Miss Pac-Man table for whatever reason. Okay, so what we have set up now, well, you'll see it in a second. Let's see. All right, so now this is our usual sort of setup for when we're doing a puzzle. It's going to be a very small puzzle today, though. These little nano blocks. All right, anyway, we set up our scoreboard. We set up our instructions. Let's finally get started. Why Why is that scoreboard so small? Okay, one more thing. We're going to adjust HDMI 2. We're going to crop it. Okay. That might affect, yeah, it's not too bad. You know what it might affect? This one. Still not too bad. All right, everything's good. All right, so I cropped the instructions so that there's not so much border, but there's still too much. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, there's an extra thick border on the instructions. I don't know why. All right, instruction 1. There's instruction 1. So not 4 corner pieces, 2 corner pieces. And that's not even instruction 1. We got to look at the bottom. So the bottom is 2 by 6s. Let's just start with that. We just got to start somewhere. We got to get started. So let's look for the 2 by 6s. Man, these pieces are tiny. What are we going to do with them? I'm afraid they're going to spill. Okay. I need like Chinese food container for these little pieces. Should I destroy the box? No, because it's Lego. I could donate it. Because Legos are reusable. Like a wooden puzzle, it's kind of like you're done the puzzle, you're done. But you know what? I think I'm going to keep this one because it's going to be tiny and it's going to have stickers on it. I think I can keep this one. All right. Let's just pour the tables. Let's pour the pieces right on the table. Because we're going to do this in one night anyway. Okay, cutting the second bag open. By the way, you know how this show is called Just Rest Your Eyes and you're supposed to like fall asleep when you watch it? That really works because I turned it on when I was at the couch. I turned on this show. I forget which episode. I think it was the last episode of the Dream Cabaret, like Dream Cabaret Day 29. I turned that on when I was at the couch. And I'll tell you something, I fell asleep very quickly. And I wasn't even trying to fall asleep. I was trying to watch the show. I turned it on, and I just was like immediately asleep. And it's funny because a lot of people, that's considered an insult. It's like, oh, you made a show, and people who watch it fall asleep. But this show is intended to have that purpose. Like you're supposed to listen to this, and you fall asleep. Oh, by the way, one of the reasons for that is so you don't fall asleep with drugs, prescription drugs. And the reason for that is if you're in too deep a sleep. Do you know there's people who can suffocate just because they're like sleeping in the wrong position? Because maybe they're also overweight or maybe they've got some other problem. And if that starts to happen and you're alert, because you went to sleep naturally, your body should wake you up. But if you went to sleep using drugs, you might not. I don't want to say that. Everything on this show is just like my opinion, but, I'm sure you've heard horror stories of people on those sleeping drugs. But at the same time, I've heard horror stories of people who complain about drug companies and what happens to them next. So I don't want to go too deep into that. By the way, let me see if I can get you this piece. Can you even see this piece? I don't even know where this camera is. Okay, so it's up here. So there's a piece here. Yeah, you can see it, that black piece. I might need this. Here's another black piece. I might need this zoom camera just to see that piece because I can see this is a 1x4 clear as day on the close-up camera. In real life, this tiny piece sitting, like this piece, I can't even see that this piece is here because this is a black like surface at the bottom here. It's like a black thing. And this little piece, I can't even see that this is here. I have to go to the zoom camera to even know it's here. So I think I'm going to be using that zoom camera a lot tonight just so I can see what the hell I'm doing. And I don't really like that camera. As you can see, it's a little fuzzy. The picture keeps like updating for no reason. I mean, nothing's changing. This matte isn't glistening. If you look at it from any other camera, it's clearly not glistening. Actually, that one, camera 3 is also garbage. So basically, camera 3 and 4 are both BZBs. And maybe I don't know how to work with BZB cameras, but I think my current opinion is I will not be working with BZB cameras in the future. So let me see if I can pull out just a little bit so I can both see the pieces and like maybe that's how we're going to do tonight. Maybe that's going to be the main camera, the zoom camera, even though I don't love that camera. All right, so anyway, the first piece is 2x3. In fact, it's two 2x3s. So put them together there. All right, those are our first two pieces. There's only going to be 105 pieces. Next, we need a 1x6. All right, so is this a 1x6? Yeah, it's a 1x6. All right, so we need, I think, 2 of those. And they're going to go on the sides here. Wow, how small is this cabinet going to be? Like, it's like a postage stamp. There's another 1x6. All right. I mean, I'm assuming that this is basically the size of the base, the footprint of the cabinet is what we're building right now. Like, here's those little corner pieces. Look at these little things. Oh my goodness, these nanoblocks are insanely small. How can anyone possibly work with these things? All right, there's another piece. Oh, I wasn't keeping track. All right, 2, 4, 6. All right, we're up to 6 pieces. On the top is a 1x4. So I think this is a 1x4. All right. Now nothing's stuck together yet because that's just one layer. So everything's just kind of sitting there. All right, those are the first 7 pieces. It's 107 pieces, so 100 more pieces to go. All right, now things are going to start happening. Now we're going to put on the second layer. So now things are going to start happening. All right. So here's the second piece, second layer piece. All right. Let's put a second corner on the other side. The corners go up onto the 2x6s. They take up the bottom 2, and then they just take up one piece. Okay, no. Up 2 on the 1x6, and then they take up just one part, one button, let's call it, of the 2x3s. All right, so that's the 2 corners of the second row. And in the middle, what's going to hold that together is obviously a 2x4. Just like up here, it's a 1x4, sorry, 1x4. Down here, it's also a 1x4. So, all right, we got something. We got, I guess, kind of half the base. And that's our 10th piece. We're now into double digits. All right, now, to hold these corners on, we're going to get 1x6s. 2 1x6s. Yellow. We're working in yellow right now. All right, there's the 1x6s. So this should go right to the corner. Let's put one on. Top here. And then one underneath. Yep, right to the corner. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So We got to count those 2 pieces. It's actually tough to keep track. When I get to the end of the second row, I'm just going to look at the book and see if I counted the right number of pieces. I think it's trickier at this beginning here because the first row, I'm like, nothing was attached, and I had to attach it like a second time. All right, now what keeps that all together? Another 1x6. 1 by 6, right? That should be the right size. All right, so that's the 13th piece, I think. All right, so the 1x6 is going to span from one side to the other, leaving that little bit open at the bottom, and then this goes on the bottom. All right, now I'm going to count using the instructions because it was tough to keep track on the first 2 rows. All right, so the top row is 6 pieces, and the bottom row is 7 pieces, so we're good. 6 plus 7 is 13. Yeah, top row has 2 corners, 3 1x6s, and a 1x4. That's 6 pieces. The bottom row has 2 corner pieces, 2 2x3s, 2 1x6s, and a 1x4. So that's 13 pieces. Look how tiny this is. It's like, this cabinet is going to be like the size of my thumb. Something like that. That's why you're going to be seeing a lot of the close-up camera tonight, because I don't know what else we really got going on besides that close-up camera. Can we get it any sharper? What do you think? I'm just trying to improve the picture, and I think everything I'm doing is making it worse. I think it's just not really, you just got to tilt it sometimes a little bit. All right, when you get the right angle, it's almost viewable. Okay, we're going to stack on one more layer, and this layer takes 2 1x4s, a 1x6, 2 1x4s, 1x6, and then double that up. So 2 more 2x4s and 1 more 1x6, and we're still operating completely in the yellow pieces. So 1x4 times 4, 1x6 times 2. That's 6 pieces, bringing our counter to 19. All right, now how do we put this together? All right. First, I have to remember the existing orientation. You know what? Is it going to leave a gap here? Anyway, let's just start. So along the bottom, go 2 1x4s. And then on the sides, go the 1x6s. And then I guess across the top are going to be 2 more 1x4s. Wait a minute. I did it sideways. It was supposed to be the other way. I'm going to say there's no possible way that it matters, and I'm just going to continue in my error. Because all we did was add 1 row of pieces all the way around. It's like we made it like 1 set of blocks taller, and I think it can't possibly matter that I didn't follow their pattern. Maybe it does, but somehow I doubt it. All right, that was 2. We're done with instruction 2. All right, where is instruction 3? Assembled blocks shown in faded color. Okay, that's good to know. All right, 3. 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 has subsets. And instead of them being called 3 A, B, C, and D. They're like 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 4. To me, that's poor form, but whatever. The main thing to notice here is that we're not working with this piece. At least for a moment, we're not going to be working with that. We're going to be starting a new piece. And the new piece starts with two 2x2s. Two 2x2s, still in yellow. And those go on top of, so I'm now doing section 3-1. They go on top of a 1x4 and a 1x6. Two 2x2s, a 1x4, and a 1x6. So that adds 4 pieces. Brings us up to 23 pieces. And the pattern, those go together, is kind of like, let's start with the 1x4. Kind of put them on there. So they match the 1x4, and the two 2x2s fit onto the 1x4, and then the 1x6 hangs off one button on each end. All right. Whatever that is, we just built it. Tiny little thing, isn't it? You think I should zoom in that top camera 2, a little bit? I think I have to. I think I have to zoom all my cameras tonight. Because otherwise, I mean, this like thing is so tiny. All right, so let's zoom our camera 2 a little bit. How much should we zoom it? I think that's pretty good. All right, now camera 1. Yeah, we can zoom camera 1 as well. I think just that much. That's enough. I got to remember to unzoom these before tomorrow's episode. But for tonight, everything's kind of close. All right. So what's next? It involves 2 pieces that are like 1x2s with like circles on them. I believe this is the piece. 1x2 with a circle on it. That's what it looks like. So we need 2 of those. All right. We've got 2 of those. We're going to add them to this. So we're up to 25 pieces. Wow. Is there even anything to this puzzle? I feel like it's going extremely quickly. It's not really clear in the picture where these circles go. Actually, it looks to me in this picture that we need 1 more piece. We need a 2x2. Am I reading this right? We're adding 3 pieces, right? So I think the 2x2 goes in the middle here. And then these 1x2s with the circles on them, they look like tow hitches. Like, you know that ball on the back of the truck for like hitching a boat? That's what they kind of look like. Those ball hitch, whatever. I should look up that term. I sound like an idiot. But anyway, that's what they look like. Is this like the controls? Is this going to be the controls of the game? Let me just check here. No, that's the control of the game. I don't know what that is. Okay, so here's the control of the game. By the way, let me give you an idea of how small this is. So this is going to be the joystick. And this is it on the picture. So this tiny picture, the real thing is going to be even smaller. No, or wait, is that not the joystick? Is there another piece that's the joystick. That's the only candidate I see for the joystick. That's it. The only thing is it doesn't look like it has to fit, whether it looks like it or not. And then these are probably the buttons. I don't know if you can even see what I'm holding. It's like, this crap is so tiny. No, this thing is so tiny. All right. Here's the other half of those ball hitches. Looks like that's going to connect to it. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what we're doing here. So that was 3-2. Now 3-3 is just another. There's just another 2x2. Just stick another 2x2 on top. We're running out of 2x2s, by the way. Okay. Now, for this next instruction, it says turn body over and stick on these two, the hitches. So the hitches face a different direction from all the other pieces. So that brings us to 29 pieces. All right, so let's get these on there. I think this is a good puzzle. Like, a kid can do it. I don't know about back of the car, though, because if you drop these pieces. But, and by the way, we put them on upside down, but they twist. So I don't know about that either. They move. I mean, they're ball and socket, so of course they move. Anyway, I don't know why there's marker. Oh, because I was doing the Wheel of Fortune. I was drawing on it. All right, that's a hazard. All right, now this piece, all right. This thing that we just built is going to get attached to this. So the thing we built is going to get attached to this, but we have to add some pieces first. So this is really step 3. So this little window of 1, 2, 3, 4, that was like those are like sub steps. Here's the real step 3. You can see on the instructions, and it's going to involve 2 1x4s. No, scratch that. It's going to involve 6 1x4s. 6 1x4s. That's all we're doing in this step is 1x4s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're still operating 100% in yellow. All right, now how do we put these on? The only thing is there's a little ledge in there. I don't know if you even can make that out. And in the instructions, I don't see the ledge, which means that it stays in front, because that's the only angle that I can't see. If that makes sense. Just look at the instructions. I know they're a little dark, but you can make them out if you really try. Basically, that picture I did wasn't good. Really, I should scan them. But we're going to be done this. By the way, did we add these 6 pieces? We didn't, right? So we're up to 35 pieces. So anyway, if the puzzle was going to go on for multiple days, in between day 1 and day 2, I would scan the instructions. But this is going to be done in one day. But I will still scan the instructions and post them to the blog. So others will get to benefit from that. But for tonight, it's not going to help us. All right, so now we have 2 pieces. I have to make them go together. Okay, so those 2 like kind of open slots there, 1 on each side. This is going to sit right in there. So it's kind of going in upside down. I'm not sure why. Like, I don't know who's going to see it in there. Maybe it's just going to be a shelf for, you know, this. Maybe it's just going to be a shelf for the player controls, and that's why this needs to be in here and needs to be upside down. You know, it's tough to tell because this cabinet is so super tiny. I mean, this cabinet is tiny, man. I mean, it looks like a ring, but this is the Pac-Man cabinet, or at least it's gonna be. All right. Instruction 4. Instruction 4 has some piece that I don't recognize. What is that piece? It's like a 1x2, but I don't think it's a 1x2. No, I think maybe it is a 1x2. And maybe it's just that my picture got sort of distorted, but I don't think it's a 1x2. I think it's more like maybe this piece where it's like a little curved. Yeah, I think that's the piece. And I think they want 2 of those little curved pieces. But, or do they want this piece? They're like 2, pieces like that. It's actually tough to tell which one they're looking for. Well, so far I only found one of these pieces. So that's a vote for it's not that piece. I've got 3 piles. Maybe it's somewhere else. That second one. It's got to be something that we have 2 of, or maybe it's not symmetric. Maybe this goes on one side and something else goes on the other side, but I'm not sure what. Oh, okay, no, I do have 2 of these. All right, I have 2 of those. So maybe it is symmetric. And then we also need, all right, so we have those 2 pieces. And we also need 1x6s. We need 3 1x6s and 2 1x4s. 3 1x6s, 2 1x4s. Once you find one of them, you just have to make the other ones make sure they're the same length. All right, 2 1x4s, 3 1x6s, and 2 of these end pieces. So that's 7 pieces. And that brings us to 42. Pieces. Moving right along. All right, now, how do we do this? I think they want these little guys on the end. Wow, it's going to be tough not to lose pieces tonight. I need some sort of tweezers to put these pieces on. I mean, a 1-button piece? Are you kidding me? All right, another one on this end. Wow. My goodness. All right, and then it gets a 1x6 in the middle, obviously. Is there going to be a coin slot? Maybe that'll be on the sticker. Wow. It's so tiny. I can't work with it. All right. And then the 1x4s go across the back. So obviously then the 1x6s go 1 on each side. Luckily these pieces go on easily. If you had to fight them, I don't know how I would do it. Because I can't even, I barely can grip them. I definitely can't see them. It's just crazy build. All right, instruction 5. We need, it looks like they want singles, 2 singles. Do we have singles? Yeah, we do. They're tiny, barely existing pieces, but we do have singles. All right, then 2 more corners. Still all yellow. Every single piece we've added to this point has been yellow. And then 1 1x4 and 3 1x6s. So there's our 1x4. And we need 3 1x6s. Is that 6? Yeah, that's 6. Okay, 1, Oh, that's not the right color. All right, 2, 3. Is that right? So 2, 4, 6, 8. They're going to add 8 pieces, which is going to bring us to 50. Wow, we're almost halfway. This is going to be like a quick night. Let's see. All right, so before I put on the singles, I want to put on the corners because they'll kind of lock in the half of that. Do you remember that piece? It was like slanted. So putting on the corner piece will kind of lock that in. Should definitely do that before we do the single. Plus the single, it could cause problems because it's so tiny. I don't know how to hold it, how to push on it. All right, now the 6s go behind the corners, and they're going to go right to the back. And then there's a 4 that goes in the front, and another 6 in the back. And now all we have left are these singles, which are just insane. Okay, wow, it went on like easy. I thought we were going to be fighting with it, but there you go. Okay, all right, looks pretty good. It's not even up to the first joint of my finger yet. It's just to give you an idea of how tiny this thing is. The first joint of my finger is still visible. This thing is tiny. It's tiny. All right. Enough busting this thing's chops. Let's move on. Okay, finally, some new colors. All right, we need 3 flat top 1x2s in yellow, 4 flat top 1x2s in red, and then we need some other pieces. But let's start with the flat tops. All right, there's red. What did I say? 4 red and 2 yellow. No, 3 yellow. This is only halfway through part 6. I'm just like getting the pieces. So I called them flat tops. Basically, they're almost like little boxes. They have like an opening on one side, and then on 5 sides they're completely flat, and it's the size of a 1x2. The piece is the size of a 1x2. It looks like a little tiny box. All right, so we got 3 yellow, 4 red. Let's get them on here. So I believe this is the... No, it's not quite the shelf yet, but it's close. So let's do the reds. They go along the outside. So 2 red on each side. All right. By the way, I had a great day at work today. I think I was complaining recently that I was like my time was being wasted at work, and that was not the case today. Like, I was complaining on Friday that I had a work day where I was like there for 12 hours. Like, I couldn't leave the desk for 12 hours, but I only got paid for 7 hours. And today it was like, basically I was at the desk for like 13 hours and I got paid for like 12.6 hours. So today was a very efficient day in terms of work, so I was kind of happy about that. I'm not sure I could keep that pace up like every single day, but it was nice for one day. So that's good. All right, next we need, it looks like they want 2 corners, 2 1x3s, and a 1x6. Do we still have corners? All right, there's a corner. There's another corner. Now, we haven't used any 1x3s yet. I think the medium-sized pieces are here. 1x3. What do we need? 2 of those? Yeah, there's 2 1x3s. 2 1x3s. And a 1x6. So, do I need to like sharpen this camera? This doze one. I zoomed it in, but I think I need to sharpen it as well. Alright, I think that got a little sharper. Okay. Camera 1 is the doze camera. It's going to be changing though, possibly tomorrow. The second Field World camera is showing up. Alright, there's actually 2 more pieces. 2 red singles. Alright, so these are all the pieces we're going to put on. 1x6, blue, 2 1x3s yellow, 2 corner yellows, and 2 red singles. So that is another 7 pieces, bringing us to 57 pieces total. So we have only 50 pieces left after this because it's 107 total. So in this little section now, we're going to cross the halfway mark. Look how tiny this thing is. I know I keep saying it, but this thing is tiny. All right, so let's do the reds first. You can see exactly where these reds are going to be in the build. Which I'll put it here. You can see the red right there. The only other red is the controller, which is obviously this piece. Why'd they give us 2 of them in case we lose one? By controller, I meant joystick. I mean, in the language of when Pac-Man was out, it was a joystick. Nowadays, they would call it a controller. All right, the corner pieces go behind that. They're a little fragile at the moment until they get locked in. They're 3-piece and they're getting connected by only 1 button, but you know, they'll fix them soon. And then behind that go the 1x3s, and of course, across the back is going to be the 1x6. Okay. So still pretty small. We're still less than 1 knuckle on the thumb. Sirens going by outside. Not sure what that is, but I live in New York City, so you really can't say. I mean, I live in Staten Island, but it is part of New York City. All right. So this is the sticker that they want now. This one. They want it here. So let's give them what they want. You think it'll fit? Oh, so it hangs a little above. Should I tuck it in, or should I wait for the next row? It doesn't fit. Okay, well, maybe something's going to come across the top and like lock it in, or maybe I'm going to end up cutting it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to count the sticker as a piece, or should I? Because then we'll end up with 111 pieces of a 107-piece puzzle. So I'm not going to count it. Ooh, now we're building something. Unfortunately, because these pieces are black, I can't really see them. It's hard to tell what pieces they need. Also, there are both black pieces and clear pieces. That's a little confusing. Yeah, this is all very confusing. Let's see if the close-up camera gives us any better information. We're doing 8 here. Nope. That is blurry as shit. Can't see anything from that. Okay. Slightly better. Slightly worse. Alright, is that better or worse? Yeah. There's just no way I can see this. It's just too dark. The pieces are too dark. I can't tell what I'm looking at. This autofocus. Huh. Ooh, that actually didn't look bad. Okay. I'm just gonna guess at these pieces. So I think it's a single. That's the single. And then this weird piece with buttons on two sides. And then another single. Now, these are the only two that we have. So if this is wrong, we're going to be out of luck. Oh, do you think this joystick is going to go back to back with the other half of the joystick? No, that would be two joysticks. I think it's just an extra. Anyway, the joystick is the piece that goes next. And then I think that's a 1x3. The only thing stopping me is that I don't see any black 1x3s. Like I can't add a piece that I don't have. That's a 1x4, which we'll need in a second. It's a flat piece. It's another 1x4, which we, again, will need in a second. I don't see any 1x3s yet, but it's tough to see any black pieces. I'm like, I can't tell if they're even here or not. They're so tiny. Four. Finding a lot of 1x4s in black and no 1x3s. Yeah, we definitely need a 1x3. There's two singles. Flat pieces. What is this piece? Oh, that's going to be the screen. That's going to be the screen at some point. That's going to be cool. All right. Maybe it's not a 1x3. Maybe it's three singles. The problem is that if we're wrong, what do you think? Are those singles or is that a 1x3? If we're wrong, we're going to lose the pieces that we need. We might need later. But I'm going to do it because I have singles and I don't have a 3. I don't have a 3-button piece. Not in black. It's like nothing I can do. Like this piece, yeah, that has a button on the face of it. So I may not have the single buttons either. Wow. All right, I'm back to wanting to find that 1x3, and I found it. I just found it. There it is. There's the 1x3. I don't know why I couldn't find it before. Wow, finally. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 7 pieces. So that brings us to 63. All right, now I have to do this. All right, so let's take a 1x4. Add a single. A white piece with the button facing forward. Like up, one forward. All right, now we add the joystick piece. And that's also going to bridge to the second 1x4 on the bottom, and then finish it up with the 1x3. I don't know why I had an extra 1x4. I better count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Somehow I didn't calculate it, even though it was sitting out there. So there's your piece right there. We're not done yet. There's a part 2, and there's also a part 3. So part 2 is like a double layer. It's another one of these ones, whites with the button facing forward. Another single, which I can't tell. No, that's got the button facing forward. I need just a single. There we go. And then, is that a 1x6 in black? Does it exist? It does. We have a 1x6 in black. And then we need 4 of these 1x2 flat blacks. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, let me put that on screen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, yeah, another 7 pieces. So we're up to 70. I don't think we're going to be done in 35 pieces. I think they lied about how many pieces there are. Anyway, let's just keep building. So the 1x6 goes here. Covers the joystick, by the way. It's not connecting. Oh, I didn't put it on correctly. Okay, there we go. And then these, the whites with the buttons facing forward, they stack. These are basically the buttons, the control buttons. This is the control panel. These are the two, that's the joystick. Those are the 2 buttons. By the way, Pac-Man doesn't have buttons. These buttons are either 1 and 2 player or select and start. All you need is a joystick to play Pac-Man. You just like, you just like right, left, left. Pac-Man just keeps walking no matter what. You don't determine anything but which direction he goes. It's an interesting game in that sense. All right, anyway, across the top here are going to go these 4 sort of 1x2s, if you want to call them that. They're actually just boxes. They're kind of like, there's no buttons on them on either side, but they do fit on top of 2 buttons each. Yeah, we're basically building the cabinet here. I mean, the whole thing is the cabinet. We're building the shelf, they call it, the part where you put your hands. Controls. Wow, I forget what it's called. I spent a lot of time in arcades in the 80s, but I don't remember at this moment. I was born in 73, so spent a lot of time in arcades. All right. Now they want us to flip this over and start putting in pieces upside down into the bottom. I think they want these black pieces that look like singles with a button on the front, but they also want 2 regular singles, I think. I can't even tell. Are those the ones with the button on the front? Yeah. And then I need 2 regular singles. Is that the regular one? Yeah. No, it's not. It's got a button on the front. I only can tell by putting them on the camera. I can't see otherwise. That's clear. So we got a problem here. We don't have the pieces without the buttons on the front. All right, here's one without a button on the front. But then we have 3 with buttons on the front. So that's kind of a problem. By the way, I found another 1x3 in black. Right now I need a single... Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is it, but I already knew about this one. And then what goes in the middle? A 1x3? All right. I have to look for a single black piece. There it is. I found it with my finger. I couldn't see it. It was over in this pile, and I couldn't see it, but I just like rolled my finger. Here's another one. Here's 2 more. You can find them. You can't see them, but you can roll your finger over them. All right, so do we finally have what we need? All right, single black. Black with button on the front. Black with button on the front. Is that a single black? No, it's got a button on the front. How about this one? Get it to stand up. All right, no button on the front. Okay, so we'll take one of the button ones out. All right, so finally, 1x4, 2 with buttons on the front, 2 regular. We got it flipped upside down. The regular ones go at the corners. If I can remember which ones are the regular ones. Yeah. And then the buttons face the same direction as the joystick. So I guess those are 2 more buttons. Those are the 1 and 2 player buttons, right? Because they're like on each side and they're far away. But then what do you need the 2 white buttons for? Not sure yet. These buttons, though, are definitely going to be part of the cabinet. I mean, they stick up right there. And then there's the 2 white buttons on the joystick. All right. Tough to get this in just because you gotta like angle it first and there's almost nothing to hold on to. All right, I think I got it. Wow, what a tiny little thing. So that was 5 pieces. Did we count those ones already? If we did, we're up to 75 pieces. If we didn't, we're up to 75 pieces. The previous one, I think we counted them already. I'm going to go to the live show and see if we count when we counted them. I'm like rewinding the live video to see when I added the 5. When I went from 70, what was I at before 70? I'm scrolling through the live video to watch when the counter goes back to 70. Honestly, it's a long time ago. This thing's been sitting at, okay, 63 to 70. All right, it went from 70. So I did not add these 5. That means we're now at 75 pieces. So we're up to 75 of 107. And now this thing that we built, we're actually going to attach it. So here's the cabinet. Here's the buttons. And this is the orientation it goes on, like this. The problem is there's no connectors down here. So I don't know what this is supposed to be connecting to. Or was I supposed to put on these 2 buttons facing away from the... Yeah, I was supposed to do these 2 facing away. I can fix that fairly easily. So these 2 pieces, they're supposed to face the other direction. And that's basically what's going to make this attach. So I'm going to turn these two pieces around. I have the buttons face down. Okay, so these are not buttons that you press. These are just attachments. It was tricky because they used the same piece for the white buttons. But the white buttons get pressed by the player. These black ones that are the same piece are just used for affixing the cabinet. Affixing the controls to the cabinet. If I can get it in there. Got it. Alright, one more. Got it. Alright, finally. Alright, so now the buttons are facing, the black buttons are facing the opposite direction as the white buttons and the joystick. So now we should finally be able to attach this to the cabinet. I'm not really sure where to attach it, but I think it should just line up. If we line it up with the front of the cabinet, right? I think that should just work out. So if we line it up with the front of the cabinet, then where do these pieces go? Oh, you see those two holes? I think that's where they go. Or do they go back further? To here. Why does it look slanted? Alright. I think I just added the controls. I'm not really sure. What do you think? I'm honestly not sure if we did that correctly or not. Let's look in the instructions. If we go, so that was instruction 8. What does it look like when we go to 9? We're building something completely different. But if you go to 15, then you see this again, and ours looks right. So we're going to be building the top of the cabinet, and we can put this away until we get there, which is a while. So that was 8. So now we move on to 9, and we're starting to build like the top of the cabinet. So we're starting with a new section. All right, so we need 4 1x4s in yellow. That's the first thing we need. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow 1x4s. 2 yellow singles. Does anyone see 2 yellow singles here? Because I sure don't. And then 2 more corner pieces and 1 more 1x4. So there's the 1x4. There's the 2 corner pieces. I still need the 2 yellow singles. I have clear singles. Okay, there's the yellow single. I need 1 more yellow single. It's going to be a tiny piece. There it is. All right, so what are we looking at here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pieces. Yeah, 5 1x4s, 2 corners, 2 singles. That's 9 pieces. All right, so we're going to 84. 84 pieces. So there's more than 23 pieces here left on this table. I don't know why they're saying it's like 23 pieces. It's obviously going to be more than the 107. Is this like model number 107? Why did I think it was going to be 107 pieces? I might have been wrong about the number of pieces. Maybe 107 is the model number. Who knows? Let's see. All right, so we're going to build the top of the cabinet. So we get 2 1x4s, and we're going to put corners on them. Almost lost a piece. All right, let's not start there. Let's get 2 1x4s and put another 1x4 on top of them to sort of hold them together. And now we can put on the 2 corners. I was suspicious about 107 pieces. I thought, how are they going to do this in 107 pieces? So it's more than 107 pieces. All right, so underneath the corners go more 1x4s. The cabinet, the top of the cabinet is going to be smaller than the bottom, obviously. All right, and then where do they want these singles? Way out at the front? So I don't get that. If you put them way out at the front, there's going to be gaps. Why would we put gaps in? I feel like there should be 2 1x3s in here. Anyway, they apparently want gaps. So there's 2-piece gaps there. Maybe something's going to bridge that at some point. All right, 10. We got to build something for 10. And that something starts with a 2x2 and 2 of those yellow pieces with the ball on them. They're like 1x2s with balls. If that makes sense. There's supposed to be 2 of this piece. Where's the other one? There it is. Alright, so let's add that. 87. I think it's going to be more than 105 pieces. 107 pieces. We got duped. That's fine. We'll just update the total at the end. Alright, so there's 3 pieces. Now we got to add 2 more pieces. The 2 ball and sockets, basically the sockets. And this time the buttons are going to face the same direction as the existing structure. Last time they faced the opposite direction. This time they're going to face the same direction. Now that looks like it's going to fit here. Remember those 2 pieces we left open? Maybe that's going to fit in there. Yep, that's exactly where it's going. Well, it's a ball and socket, so it's got some movement to it. I don't know why they want that, but that's what they asked for. Alright, there it is. 11. 11, they want 2 rows. The first row is these pieces. They're like the base of a 1x2, but they have this this shape to them. They look like little jet skis or something. Alright, so 2 of those little jet skis. And then 2 yellow 1x3s. Do we have 2 yellow 1x3s? We do. 2 yellow 1x3s and a 1x4. There's the 1x4. Alright, so we stack that all on. Actually, that's the top row. For the bottom row, it's a little bit different. No, this is the bottom row. The top row is a little bit different. Basically, I messed up. This 1x4 goes on the top row. This 1x6 goes on the bottom row. So for the top row, They need 2 more of those jet ski pieces. And then 2 corner pieces. Two corner pieces. And the 1x4. Okay, that's it. That's it for the top. So 5 for the top and 5 for the bottom. That's bringing us to 99. 99. This is not over in 8 pieces. Anyway, let's build this out. Jet skis on the end. So this thing is going to taper. That's what those jet skis are going to do. They're going to guide the taper. The 1x6 goes in the back. And then 1x3s fill in on the sides. All right, that's the bottom row. Okay. And now the top row has the taper. So the jet skis create this like taper. There's one jet ski. There's the second jet ski. So it's like tapered. All right, now the corner pieces go behind there. Wow. Crazy little pieces. Okay, and then the back is the 1x4. Okay, there we go. That's 11. Where's 12? 12 is another double layer. They need 2 1x4s, 2 1x2s. That's for the top layer. 1x4, 1x4. They need 1x2s with buttons. Here we go. They're tiny, but here's the 2 1x2s. That's the top layer. There's a bottom layer. It's 2 1x3s and a 1x6. 1x3, 1x3, 1x6. Yellow. So it looks like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. Yep, 7 pieces. So we're up to 106. And as you can see, we're not done. So it's more pieces than we thought. All right. The 3s go on the side. And the 1x6 goes along the back. And on top of that, go 2 1x4s. Back row. And then in front of that, 2 1x2s. Which kind of make the taper, but they're like above the taper. I don't know how to describe it. You know what? We have to go back a minute here. This second jet ski was supposed to be a tall jet ski. We have to go back. Yeah. I have to replace this piece. There's a tall jet ski piece. There's a regular jet ski piece and there's a tall jet ski piece. And we were supposed to use the tall jet ski piece. So we're just going back and fixing that. We'll fix it on the other side too. So tall jet ski piece. All right. Okay. I'm going to fix it as one piece by just putting that tall jet ski piece on. That's still a short one. Where's the tall one? Oh, that is a tall one. Okay. Am I putting it in the wrong spot? Does it go up here? Let's try that. That's not right. It definitely goes below. Alright. Oh, that's a... yeah. I don't know. Somehow that's going to work. Okay. And then the 1x2 on top. Wow, we repaired it. So there's two styles of the jet ski piece, like the tall one and the short one. All right, 13 is another layer. You know what? Hold on a second while I plug in the YOLO box. It's almost out of battery. Just going to plug in the YOLO box here. It's at 9% battery. I don't know how I didn't see warnings earlier, but anyway. Alright, now it's plugged in. Okay. Alright, let's get back to work here. Alright, so I think we're about to do 13. So we also, the scoreboard is like an issue. We don't know really how many pieces there are now. It's obviously not 107 pieces. I'm just going to guesstimate and call this 149 pieces. Somehow that feels right to me. But really all it's meant to do is to say that we're far from done. I might update the 149 to something else later. Alright, so 13 gets two 1x3s and a 1x6. That's just the bottom row. Alright, two 1x3s and a 1x6 just for the bottom. And then on the top, it gets two 1x2s. You know, it's interesting. It's a Pac-Man. Can you see it?
No, it's green screen.
Alright, just lift up the green screen. First of all, it's very tiny. Look how tiny this thing is. Alright. So it's very tiny. That's how tiny it is. And then I thought it was going to be 107 pieces, but that's wrong. Because we're up to 106
what is
pieces.
This tiny rip-off Lego?
I don't know, some Nanoblocks.
Yeah. Nanoblocks?
Yeah. So what actually fell?
I
I don't know. It's not a big deal. Yeah, you can just go around it.
It looks like a clipper.
Alright, don't worry about that. Which type of clipper?
It's got like a hook.
Let me see. Oh, that's not a big deal at all. That's a magnet. Yeah, just stick that to the rack. Okay. Alright, so two 1x2s and two 1x4s.
Let me place a piece.
Alright, okay. You think you can follow the instructions?
No,
So
just tell me what to do.
we're working on this one. Alright, I'll tell you what to do. Alright, so the first row, yeah, it's that piece. Yeah, that piece.
Yeah.
Take the 1x6 and put it across the back.
Got it.
Yeah, leave the two corners open. And then the
There we go.
And then the two 1x3s go on the sides of that.
All right.
Yeah, and then after this you got four more pieces.
Yes.
All right, so now you do across the back two 1x4s.
Same way?
Yeah, across the back. Go to the corner. No, go to the corner.
All right. I got it.
All right. You got the two 1x4s across the back?
Nah.
All right, and then in front of those two, go the 1x2s. like perpendicular.
All right, this is cool.
Okay.
Like a mini Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I like this.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll take it from here.
All right, good night.
Good night. All right. So that was Nick. Actually, he covers for me sometimes when my work is still going and I need to. You know, just to not take a break from the stream, like we've done, I don't know, maybe half a dozen shows where Nick is the builder rather than me. So those pieces he just did, we got to tally those. I think how many pieces was that? It was 7. It's always 7, right? So we're at 113 now. All right, so we finished instruction 13. We're at 113 pieces. Moving on to 14. We need to build something and then attach that something. So we build it. I don't understand what that piece is. Oh, it's the paper is bent. Okay, so it's a normal piece. Okay, it's 2 clear 1x6s. It looked like the piece was like bent, but it's the way I photographed it. So 2 clear 1x6s. We're going to combine those. Those are pieces 114 and 115. I'm just going to stack those up. Are we building the screen? Is that what we're building here? All right, now we need clear singles. Clear singles. I think those are clear singles. Clear corners. Yeah, clear corners. Wait a minute. Are these corners like different sizes? No, that's a clear corner. All right, 2 clear singles, 2 clear corners. Now we need a clear 1x6 and a white 1x6. All right, that's what we're going to build with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that brings us to pieces 121. All right. The singles go at the corners. If I can get them on. All right, singles at the corners. Whoa. It's amazing I haven't dropped any of these pieces yet, considering how small they are. All right, now the corner pieces are actually not going to be used in corners. They're going to be used in the middle, and they're going to be supports. So they're going to get locked in across the top, and then they're going to be a support across the back for this white piece. So that's it. That's the little thing we're building here. We built it. More to build. 2 more clear pieces, 1x6s, and 2 more white 1x6s. That's 4 more pieces. I think the 149 estimate is also going to be low. All right, so we're just going to keep building this right up. Clear, white, clear, white. Why is that white moving? It shouldn't be. Oh, okay. It's a little like disheveled back there. Huh. This thing does not want to straighten itself out. I think I had it misaligned or something. All right, that's a little better. Oh, also, it's just sliding around in there. All right. Are any other pieces loose? I think they're good. I think they're good. All right, so we're not done. 4. So one more clear and one more white. I actually have another set of clear and white, and it's making me wonder if I should use them. Yeah, I don't know. It's only asking for one more. If you count the stack, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then the last one is 4. So I don't know. Maybe they gave us extra pieces, or maybe we're going to use them in the next instruction. I don't know. Again, the white was disheveled. Weird. All right. Now that we did that, okay. So now this drops into here. Not sure exactly how, though, and how far down. Actually, I think it's going to fit. I think the white, yeah, the middle of the white. Do you remember there's this little, like, thing under here? These, like, 2 pieces, and there's 2 pieces here. They basically, those 2s are going to go together, I believe. All right. So is that it? That's the screen. I guess there's going to be a sticker there. All right, we just put the screen on. All right, now on instruction 15, we're going to drop the top of the cabinet onto the bottom of the cabinet. Too bad Nick wasn't here for this. It's basically we're building the cabinet right now. So 2 instructions in a row, we didn't advance the counter, but look at that. We got the cabinet. It's done. Cool. All right, 16. Wow, 3rd instruction in a row where we're not going to advance the counter. We're just adding a sticker for 13. So we added this piece to this piece, and then we added this piece to this piece, and now we're adding a sticker. So 3 instructions in a row where we don't advance the counter, the piece counter. All right, it doesn't actually show which sticker to put on, but I think it's this sticker. So that's the game board, I guess. I don't know what else it could be. Oh man, I just accidentally like slanted this thing, and I think that's perfect. It was supposed to be slanted. So that piece in there, remember I was saying it had some play in it? Turns out that was so you could push this in. I think that's correct. When I put the sticker on, I pushed in the screen like without even trying to. But that's the way cabinet screens are. They are slanted back, so I think that's correct. All right, 17, we're building something new. It's probably going to be the top of the cabinet. All right, so the bottom row gets 2 by 3, 2 by 3, another 2 by 3, and a 2 by 2. And it also gets this like weird piece, 2 of those. And in the middle, it's going to get a 1 by 6 in white. That's sort of the bottom row. There's going to be a top row. And the top row is going to be 2 by 3s in white, surrounded by, behind it, a yellow 1 by 6, and on the side, 2 yellow 1 by 3s. I remember there was a time when I couldn't find these yellow 1 by 3s. Now they're like very easy to find. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we're up to 136 pieces. 136 pieces. Now nothing's going to stick together until I attach the bottom row to the top row, so I got to kind of do both rows at once. So this weird piece goes on the 1x3. All right. And then behind that goes a 2x3. All right, now what can we build next? I think this one, put across the back. And then once that's done, we could put these two pieces on, which also touch the back. And now once that's on, we could put the 1x3. And once that's on, we could put this. It's all coming together. Why does it not look symmetric though? Is that the way it's supposed to be? No. Something's on a little not correct. I think it's this piece was supposed to go like this way. Yeah. Yes, there we go. And once that's like that, then this piece can go like this. Yeah, that's correct. That's looking good. And now these two pieces can go in here. Which will allow the other white piece to go underneath them. And it'll give it some support. Okay. So, it was a lot of work to get here. I think this is going to be the top of the cabinet. Oh, we're still building. Okay. Okay. So we need the short. I don't know if they want the short or the long jet ski pieces. I'm gonna put two short jet ski pieces. And then two 2x3s. We're running out of pieces. We must be getting close. Two 1x2s. All right, and then a white 1x6. And two 1x3s. The top row is just two 1x3s. All right. Let's get to building. Are we building this like backwards? Yeah, kind of. All right, so the jet skis go at this end. Wait, is that right? Yeah, and then the twos go behind them. And then the 3 on top. But I need to advance the counter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 145. So we're going to go right past that 140, that fake 149 number we put. 145. All right. All right, jet ski at this end. A 2 behind it. And a 3 across the top. And then where does the white piece go? I think these go here. Yeah. Next to the jet skis. And then the white piece goes across the back. All right, I think we did it. What we did, I don't actually know. I think it's the top of the cabinet somehow, but I'm not seeing it quite yet. All right. Put sticker. Put sticker back here. Okay. So this is the front. Or is it at the back? Yeah, it's the front. Okay, yeah, no, this looks good. This is looking like, looking correct. All right, so we're going to put a sticker on here. I think since we went over anyway, that I'm going to backtrack and count the stickers. So we used 2, and this is the 3rd. So I'm advancing to 148 for the 2 stickers we already did, and then this sticker. Since our number is not working anyway, I figure we might as well count the stickers. Pac-Man. It looks like Pac-Man, right? I mean, do they have a license? I hope so. They clearly used, I mean, it looks like the Pac-Man logo to me. All right, now for part 20, we stick this onto the cabinet. This is like the roof of the cabinet. Oh, wait, hold on. Pieces were a little messy there. All right. Now we're going to stick this. Why were these pieces still messy? Untidy. All right. Wow. It's looking better and better. What do you think? It's looking like a Pac-Man cabinet. Okay, that's 20. 21. Stickers on the side now. Put on sticker, put on sticker, and that's finished. These are the last 2 pieces. So it's 150 pieces. So they gave us a lot of extra pieces here. There's like a lot of pieces here that are clearly extra. These pieces are all extra. I think we have to be happy with them for giving us extra pieces. We knew it was going to happen because we knew they gave us 2 joysticks when you only need 1. But I didn't happen to lose any pieces, but I'm glad they gave us extra pieces. Anyway, let's get this sticker on, and then this thing is done. Come on, come on. This last sticker is not disengaging. Here we go. It was like stuck in there for a minute. Alright, so here's one sticker. It was a little low. I'm going to do the next one higher. Is it too late to fix this one? Let's align it with the bottom. We're going to align it with the bottom corner. And wherever it goes from there, that's where it goes. Yeah, a little bit over, but nothing else you can do, really. Waka, 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 waka. You know the Pac-Man music, right? Waka, 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 waka. Okay. Let's get some AFV going. And we're going to go to, how are we going to do this? We're going to go to YouTube, I guess. And we're going to get Pac-Man music. YouTube. What do you think? Pac-Man gameplay? Pac-Man demo. How about Pac-Man? You know when you walk up to the screen and it has like the demo playing? Let's see if we hear the Pac-Man music. PAC-MAN Arcade Demo. I got to put the earphones in. Oh no, I got to turn on the video for what? HDMI 2? Alright. Are we hearing the Pac-Man music here? That doesn't sound like the Pac-Man music. I don't know what this crap I launched. Okay, now it sounds like the Pac-Man music. Oh, here we go. Here's the Pac-Man. All right. So we built our little Pac-Man cabinet here. I hope everybody had as much fun as I did. I think that was very cool. I mean, you know what? This thing's only $10. So it's I think I think we got $10 worth of entertainment out of that. It took 90 minutes to build. I guess a kid would build it in 45 minutes. It took me 90 minutes. But I think it's really cool. And I actually like that it's tiny because it doesn't take up any space. I could keep it on my desk. I think it's pretty cool. So that's our thing there. Sorry, just one more second. I'm just trying to clean up the screen here to get a final shot. So there's the box. You know what? Let me switch to another camera. There's the box. Well, this shows how tiny it is. And there's the screen. You know what? Do you see that? Oh, it's gone. Okay. There were some dots from the other. There's the dots. You see the dots? Those dots aren't real. If I block them out, they're gone. But they're not seen by this camera, which is the camera that's creating them. And this camera, which does see it, will soon be replaced with a second copy of this camera, so it won't see the lights. And then the camera that sees the dots, it's going to move to this position. I'm curious if it'll see the dots from there. Oh, actually, that's a good camera to go to see the cabinet. Waka, 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 waka. Waka, 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 waka. There's our little cabinet. We have to say goodnight. It's been fun. It's been real. We built a Pac-Man cabinet. Hopefully tomorrow night is just as good because I quite enjoyed tonight. I hope you did too, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.